What's up? We out here. Can you hear me? I say, can you hear me, people? What's good? What's popping with y'all? We are here live at the East Village Tavern and Bowl. I'm watching England play the Congo right now. Congo's got the 1-0 lead in the knockout round. I'm John Brown. This is the John Browner Podcast, and we are live in downtown San Diego. This is if I'm correct, this is my first. It's my first live appearance since the new show. And so, shout out what's going on. What's popping, everybody? Let me go ahead and let y'all know, as always, the stuff, nothing changed. It's all the same. We marched to 300. We're trying to get to 300. So let me know, so that you know, subscribe to the channel. If you're new to YouTube, if you're new on Twitter, if you're new on Twitch, if you're new on Facebook or Kick, this is the John Browner Podcast. We do this every day from 10 to 11, Monday through Friday. And we try our best to cover all the things happening in sports. And the Lakers are making moves. The Lakers are doing things. The Lakers are trading people. Padres absolutely keep losing. And, we'll get to all that. We'll get to all that and more. But as usual, I always set up my people at the Sporting Tribune. I always set up my people at the Sporting Tribune every day, all day. Let me go through Twitter to make sure that everything is running properly, because it's a one-man show. I'm telling y'all, I'm hella lit, bro. We're there today. Okay, so, there I am, bang. Let me go ahead and start making the rounds on this thing right here. Boom. So we are here at the East Village Tavern and Bowl. We are here. Shout out to the chat, baby. Let's go. We are here for this reason in particular. Tonight. I'm also going to be live from here tonight. I want to see everybody. I'm trying to do a great friends reunion. I've been on the phone with Scott. I've been on the phone with Alex. I think Scott's in Pittsburgh, but I've been talking to Alex. Alex is going to try to make it down here tonight for the 5 o'clock USA game. Obviously, I'm going to be in the building for the 5 o'clock USA game here. And I just want everybody who is listening, you can hear me, before we get into any of this business about what the Lakers have done or haven't done, let's just cook with that. I want to see all y'all down here today at 5 p.m. for the USA Bosnia game to pack this place. Get this thing crazy. Because honestly, I think after watching what Mexico did yesterday, I think we got a chance, bro. I think we got a chance. I'm watching England and Congo. I think we got a chance. I don't know nothing about Bosnia. I don't know about Bosnian soccer. I swear I don't. But I think we got a chance. Shout out to the Rigby family. Shout out to Tito. Hopefully I see y'all down here tonight. Still started 5 minutes late, so I'm expecting more people to come in as the show goes on. So, but before I continue to talk about soccer, let's stop and start in a very important place. Let's stop and start with the Padres last night. Look, the Cubs aren't good. The Cubs aren't great. This is getting ugly. This is getting really ugly, and this is getting ugly really, really fast. How can you sweep the Braves? Okay, you lose 2 out of 3 to the Dodgers. I get that. I understand that. That's kind of like how things go. But then you follow that up by basically getting smacked by the Cubs. It's rough. I'm trying to go through what I had. So again, we're having a lot of mixed situations. They can score, then they can't score. Lots of feedback. Not sure if anyone else gets a heads up. I think your mic is working. Okay. So Joe, how does it sound? You said there's a lot of feedback. Is it me? How about that? Is that better? Hold on, let me Let me talk to the audio department. Hold on. Because I want this to sound good, because I want y'all to hear my game. But there's gonna be a lot of background noise. Yeah, we're in a bar, dog. There's gonna be noise. This is a live situation. Oh, listen. This game, England has to score, right? So. Ooh, okay. There are people here watching the game, so we can't have folks turn it down. And I can guarantee you right now, YouTube is going to flag me for having this much audio. But it is what it is, man. So. Looks like I turn it down something. I'm talking to my audio department. So, as I was, let me. I appreciate you, Joe. We appreciate the fam. So, what I was saying about the Padres is, at the end of the day, they finally got some runs, but now you gave up now. And the thing about this team has always been, regardless of what happens, no matter what, the pitching has been substantial for the most part. And now you come out and you literally give up 9 runs on an afternoon where you scored 7. So it's hard, man. It's hard to root for this team. It's really, really hard to root for this team. The Chiefs finally hits another home run, so that's good. Machado hits another home run. But JP Sears gives up 7 runs in 4 innings. You can't win like that. You can't win like that at all. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're doing. You can't win like that. You can't win with JP Sears giving up 7 runs in 4 innings. It sucks to be blunt about it. So you go and you perform well against Atlanta. What happens with the Dodgers happened with the Dodgers, and now you're 2 out of 3 down to the Cubs. And your sweep against Atlanta means nothing at this point. Your sweep for Atlanta is basically in a wash. So I don't know what the deal is. There's nothing that they can do to fix it anyway in this situation. So it really feels like the Peloton is back. The Peloton is 100% back. Oh, what is that? I don't know what that is. Shout out to the chat, chatting to itself. Bring me, I better pay me for that. But yeah, what happened with the Padres, this road trip has been ugly. And now you're going to take this and you're going to roll this into LA. So you've lost your last 4 games after winning 4 in a row. You've now lost 4 in a row. And the Peloton goes back on. Peloton's back. Peloton Padres are live and in effect. So with that said, we're not going to really dwell much on that. There's only so much you can really say about something that continues to happen. If you expect something to happen without changing none of the habits, that's called insanity. And that's what they're performing at, as insanity. But let's go Lakers. Let's go Lakers. We already know what happened with LeBron James. And now we're in a situation where what's going on with Walker Kessler? So the Lakers have now traded with Utah for Walker Kessler. Yeah, okay. So the Walker Kessler situation is interesting to me. I don't necessarily think that Walker Kessler is a bad signing, if we're being 100% honest. I don't think Walker Kessler is a bad signing. I think signing Walker Kessler is interesting. Walker Kessler is a good NBA center. Walker Kessler is not an all-star. Walker Kessler is not a franchise piece. I don't know what we're going to see from the Lakers. So the Lakers are putting things together. But if you're telling me the big three is Austin Reeves, Walker Kessler, and Luka, that's not moving the needle, y'all. I'm sorry. If you're a Laker fan, and what had happened with LeBron and happened with LeBron, that was over the top. But if you're a Lakers fan, and you just spent everything you had on Walker Kessler, you just emptied the clip for Walker Kessler pretty much. And now everything else around that will simply just be parts. That's it. It'll simply just be parts. Whatever's left after Walker Kessler will simply be parts. I'm trying to get the exact dimensions of the trade. Give me a second. So, for instance, the projected Lakers starting lineup, according to Bleacher Report, but you don't need that much information to tell you what the roster looks like, is Luka, Austin Reeves, Jake LaRavia, Jared Vanderbilt, and Walker Kessler. But that ain't winning much. That ain't gonna get you nowhere. That ain't gonna get you nowhere in today's NBA. Oh boy. The Lakers now have no tradable first round picks over the next 7 seasons. So even if you needed to move something, even if you needed to move pieces around, now you literally can't. The Lakers have no first round picks for 7 seasons. How does Rob Lincoln still have a job? Like this Walker Kessler thing really feels like a massive pass. Walker Kessler is being acquired by the Lakers from Utah and will sign a 4-year, $130 million deal. I don't have any words. All right. This is a tough. As a Lakers fan, it's a tough day. If you're a Lakers fan, or if you're a Clippers fan, if you're a Los Angeles basketball fan, the last 48 hours for you have been rough. They have literally been very rough the last 48 hours. If you're a Lakers fan, if you're a Clippers fan, Kawhi leaves town. They don't bring anything back outside of Brandon Ingram, so kudos for that. Shout out to Brandon Ingram, but that's a nothing burger. LeBron leaves town. He doesn't have a destination, but pretty much people think it's Golden State. Now, if you're Los Angeles, there's a different conversation that you could be having. If you're the Lakers, bro, you're the Lakers, and you bounce back with Walker Kessler. You're the Los Angeles Lakers, and the best move you have up your sleeve is Walker Kessler. Now you're tapped out from a cap perspective. You can't do anything from a cap perspective if you're the Lakers. So what's next for you? Shams is now reporting the Lakers are doing a 2-year deal with Colin Sexton. Off the bench, Colin Sexton's not an impact player. If you like Colin Sexton, if you like Patrick Beverly, you'll love Colin Sexton. Put it like that. Because I can pretty much give you comparisons for who the Lakers got. If you like Patrick Beverly, you'll like Colin Sexton. And because it's the first things are going, moves are happening. And so this is going to be rapid. This is going to be happening all day. But if you get rid of Bron and you're going to replace his position with Jake LaRavia and Jared Vanderbilt, that team ain't very athletic. Jared Vanderbilt's the most athletic you got. I think people are going to be wildly disappointed with what they see from Walker Kessler. Walker Kessler is a lob. Walker Kessler is a big body. Walker Kessler not Gardner Wemby, dog. Walker Kessler not doing that. This is I don't really know what happens to this. If I'm a Laker fan, I'm questioning Rob Pelinka. I knew we had to get rid of Bron, but I thought that you would have had a better plan than this. For Walker Kessler to be the answer after the day after LeBron. But now let's just say you're building a team around Luka. Let's just have this conversation that you're specifically building a team around Luka Doncic. Having Colin Sexton be your first guard off the bench, which I'm assuming that they're doing. Bronny's under contract, so now that's 7 guys. Eight opted in because of course he did. That's 8 guys. So you're probably going to play 9 guys during the season. Bronny may not be one of those 9 guys, but that's off the top of my head. That's who I can think. I saw something else about the Lakers. I'm trying to verify it before I say whatever I'm about to say. I just don't. I can't right now, but I don't think this is a good look for the Lakers. I don't think this is a good look. This feels like a lot. This feels like you're expecting a lot out of Walker Kessler. When Luka went to the finals, Luka had Daniel Gafford. Luka had Derek Lively. Luka had live bodies. Walker Kessler's not a live body. He's a big body. You're gonna need 30 out of. You're gonna need 25 to 30 out of Austin Reeves to make a run in a playoff series. Luka's gonna give you a 30-point, 8-9 assists, 8-9 rebounds. So Luka's not the person that I want to have the conversation with. I'm trying to have a conversation about the rest of the roster and how it lays out. Because the rest of the Lakers roster right now, it ain't looking scary. If you're telling me come postseason time, or come January, I'm looking at the Warriors with Steph, Jimmy Butler, LeBron, Draymond, and Kristaps Porzingis. But I'm also looking at the Lakers roster with Luka, Austin Reeves, Jake LaRavia, Jared Vanderbilt, and Walker Kessler. Also, don't forget the kid that the Lakers drafted. I really like Carr. I love the Lakers draft pick. I don't know how he's going to instantly help the Lakers, but the upside of that, so in the long run, I think you're really going to get some run out of him. So, again, he's not my issue. My issue is, who else are you putting on that roster? They have no more money. Luka Doncic is gonna have to be MVP for this to sniff the 5th seed. For this to sniff the 5th seed, Luka's gonna have to be MVP. Because this doesn't make you better than Watt. This doesn't make you better than San Antonio. The Walker Kessler acquisition doesn't make you better than OKC. The Walker Kessler acquisition doesn't make you better than Denver. It doesn't make you better than Houston, even though I'm very wish-washy on Houston. I have to see them with Fred VanVleet coming back. This doesn't make you better than the Warriors if they add Bron. So that puts you at 6 at best. At best, that puts you at 6, and that's if certain surprises don't happen, and that's if certain people don't jump up in positions you don't expect them to be in. So, go ahead. The Lakers in a cold place right now, bro. Lakers in a cold place, man. I'm live at East Village Tavern in Bow. I'll be here all day. We got the Padres coming up later today. Another loss, I'm sure. What a wild turn of events. It looks like Mitchell Robinson is joining the Boston Celtics on a $47 million 3-year deal. That's actually a really good pickup. Wow. That's a really good pickup. I don't know why they will I don't know why James Dolan will let him go to the Celtics. That's tough. But this Walker Kessler thing, the Lakers are acquiring Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz for unprotected first-round picks in 2031 and 2033, and first-round swaps in 2028 and 2030. Sources tell ESPN, and like I said before, the deal is $130 million for 4 years. So that's roughly, what's that? $35 million a year. That's quick math. Don't quote me on that, but it feels like that's about $35 million a year. Good. Mike Conley's going to the Celtics. I don't know what the Celtics are doing either, but I don't know what they're doing. That's why. Yikes, that's why. Let's check in. Let's check in on what the actual Padres are going to do. Okay. So today the Padres are playing at 11 o'clock. So the Padres are playing in about an hour. Walker Buehler's going, so Walker Buehler's been solid, but man, trying to avoid that. Michael Penner says Lakers signed 3 or 4 people with 35 minutes at least reported earlier today. The last step was the owners to take it over. Michael Penner says Lakers signed 3 to 4 people with 35 minutes at least reported earlier today. Lakers' last step was the owners to take it over. Yeah. Do you like those signings, Michael? Because I don't. Again, I like Colin Sexton. But on a championship team, what does Colin Sexton offer you? The Lakers also picked up a shooter. I know, Graham. I'm in a bar, Graham. I'm in a bar, Graham, with no soundboard. I understand the audio's rough, Graham. It'll be fixed. It'll get fixed. But my point being, because Graham's our honest broker. Graham always tells you what he thinks. Whether he hates soup or not, he will tell you what he thinks. The Laker moves do not inspire any energy around the organization. That's just my personal belief about what the Lakers are doing. The Clippers absolutely decapped themselves for picks. This race for picks is very interesting. Who are they picking with these picks? The Utah Jazz have 1 million picks. What is Ace Bailey good? Is Darren Peterson good? Because Walker Kessler was one of those picks, by the way. Walker Kessler turned into one of the 1 million picks the Utah Jazz accumulated. And they just basically flipped Walker Kessler for more picks. The picks are a shell game. I honestly believe that. Danny Ainge is running a shell game in Utah. These picks, what are these picks worth? What are they doing? So I feel if you woke up in Los Angeles today to find that they signed Walker Kessler, what does that do for you? Where does that get you? Where is it going? How is that working? I just don't. You tell me. You tell me. How is that working? I'm at East Village Tavern in Bow. I'll be here all day. It's World Cup day because USA is in business tonight. After what Mexico did last night, I'm expecting to see nothing but fire come out tonight. Now, Mexico's not our direct opponent, but if Mexico can play like that, oh, we got to be able to play like that. And we got Bosnia and France. We got Bosnia and France tonight, so I'll be here. Come on down, wherever you are, doing whatever you're doing. Come down tonight, 5 p.m. World Cup, lots of specials, lots of drinks, lots of food. We will absolutely be able to have a fantastic time tonight, win, lose, or draw. So come join me tonight down at the East Village Tavern and Bowl, and we're gonna have some fun. A lot of drink specials. I think there's a breakfast burrito somewhere over here. I should probably get one, huh? That probably would make sense. But if you're here, you're around, come on down, man. I've been chatting with people all day. I think we're gonna have a really good turnout here. We're gonna have a good turnout. But back to these Lakers signings, man. I mean, Walker Kessler was the biggest move so far. Walker Kessler was the biggest move so far. So what does that do for anybody? And when Walker Kessler's your banner signing, when Walker Kessler's your best signing of the day, you in rough territory. You really are. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Great question. I wanted them to get creative. Merlin asked, what do you want them to do? Who do you want them to get? Jokic ain't available. I wanted them to get creative. But instead of getting creative, they blew now 7 years worth of protected picks. In addition to that, you're strapped with the cap. You got no more cap space. So even if someone became available, you as a Laker fan or you as the Laker organization, you got to hope the team that does get a disgruntled star, likes Walker Kessler enough to trade for him, or likes Austin Reeves enough to trade for him. But you got to do something. You can't sit and do nothing. Because DeAndre Ayton coming back as the answer wasn't here. DeAndre Ayton as a backup center very good. I mean, if you look at the Lakers bench, DeAndre Ayton will probably be better off the bench. I was wrong about him. You got Carr coming off the bench. You have Colin Sexton, who's a good. Oh, England just scored. We're all tied. We're all tied up at the World Cup. Let me see. I got another mic option. Hold on. I don't know how that's gonna sound either, but let's see what we got here. We'll try to hook this other mic situation up. Maybe y'all can hear me a little more clear. But yeah, I think it's a tough space to be in if you're a Laker fan. I think it's a really tough space to be in. But you have Luka. At the end of the day, that's probably what's most important, is that you have Luka. What are we doing here? Let me see. Okay, one. All right, let's see if this works. Is that better for the sound? Talk to me. Where you at? Is that we made a little sound switch? Is that better for the sound? Huh? Again, we're all doing this together, so yeah. Maybe that's better for the sound. Hopefully it is. Oh, okay. Merlin says that sounds better. All right. Okay, now we're better on the sound. We can kill that. Should I start over? I don't think I'm going to. But the point being through all of this is that to start over for all the people who didn't hear me, and because that's much better, shout out to my sound department back at home. Shout out to the sound department back at the house. For people who are just tuning in because the audio was ass, fixed it. Okay, real goose sound, says Tito. Shout out, Tito. Real good sound, I'm assuming. All right, so I honestly think that when we're looking at what really occurred today, one, the Padres are ass. They keep proving to you that they're ass. So that is what it is. The Peloton Padres are in full effect. Second, England just tied the game up 1-1 with the Congo. It's now all hell's breaking loose because it's the 77th minute, and we're going to go back to penalty kicks, which, depending on where you stand, okay. In addition to that, the Lakers have they've acquired Walker Kessler for every piece of draft capital that they had, and then they gave him $40 million, $35 million a year. And my biggest complaint about that was, and again, rightfully so, Merlin asked a very good question. What did I want them to do? I would prefer for the Lakers have gotten creative. I don't know if there are other people on the market per se. I don't know if there are other people on the market. Hold on, let me put this in. I don't know if there are other people on the market per se. But I do honestly feel like because of the situation that they're in, you got to do better. You got to do better at the situation that they're in, because this is, I think it's hilarious. I really do think it's hilarious that at the end of the day, Richard Robinson left the Knicks for the Celtics. What a ball drop by the Knicks. The Knicks are gonna nick, man. The Knicks are gonna nick. The Knicks are gonna nick, man. So Mitchell Robinson's gone. The Lakers signed, I don't even know who this guy is. The Lakers signed somebody who used to play for the Raptors. They signed Colin Sexton, which is what we talked about earlier, which is an okay bench player. If you like Patrick Beverly, you'll love him. The Chicago Bulls signing San Diego's very own Norman Powell, which is something that I saw coming. I think I said this last week when they got Giannis, and people were like, oh, they're going to get Norman Powell back. Now with 18 million, Norman Powell gets 25 million. John Collins is going to the Pistons. That's really I don't know. That doesn't really do much for me. The Warriors are re-signing DeAnthony Melton. That does nothing for me. But the deals are moving. The deals are moving. So the creativity behind the deals is what I long for. Mike Conley to the Celtics. I don't know what the Celtics are doing. I don't know what the Jaylen Brown situation. I don't know where that stands. But that doesn't look like that's going to get healthy anytime soon. And because of that, I think that they're in trouble as well. Jaylen Brown got you to the number 2 seed, man. And now you fall. I like Mitchell Robinson, but he's hurt a lot. And I like Mike Conley, but he's old and he's hurt a lot. So they got some splaining to do. But as we are Laker focused and as we are focused on tonight, East Village Tavern and Bowl, 5 o'clock. USA, Bosnia and friends. As technology, you late, but you solid, bro, because I was 5 minutes late too. And apparently, according to everyone listening, the audio was bootylicious. It is Bobby Bonilla Day. This way. This England, this England-Congo game is England's in the box, kicking that thing around. Oh, we're in the 80th minute if you're not watching. We're in the 80th minute. So hopefully I'll see some of y'all down here tonight. Lots of drink specials, lots of fun. I was in the back. I don't think I've drank that much before noon in a long time. Tasters, though, relax. Sippers. But yeah, we're live here. I'm going to be down here all day. I'm going to go live again for the USA game. So that should be interesting. I'll be doing handheld style, going around from person to person. So we'll be back at it later on tonight at 5 o'clock. So I'll do another live tonight at 5 o'clock. But as usual, we're going to go to 11 here. So with so much going on and so many things happening with free agency, so many things happening with the Padres, so many things happening with the World Cup tonight. What a great time to be a sports fan sitting, taking all this in. Fantastic time. I was supposed to, listen, we didn't have Coach on today. Uh-oh. But what happened? What if you're out there? What do you think happens next with the Lakers? Because I'm scrolling this thing, and this is and because it's free agency day, these things come and come and come. They come in waves. So I'm asking, who's next? What's next? Who's next? What's next? Because I don't know, man. The position that we are in with free agency, there are still moves to be made. I can't honestly tell you that I can see many of them because John Collins going to Detroit doesn't necessarily make them better. That doesn't really move the needle for me. I'm surprised the Nuggets haven't done anything. Peyton Wallace is somewhere on a vacation with Michael Porter Jr., so that can't be good. The Nets have already made moves, but that's coming off the Timberwolves making trades of getting rid of Julius Randle. As I'm looking out, I don't see another ground-shaking move because after what happened with Kawhi, let me talk about the Clippers for a second as well. After what happened with Kawhi Leonard, I really can't tell you what's next for the Clippers because this feels like a bottom-out situation. And if the Clippers are going to bottom out, you've got to bottom out in the front office too. I don't know if they've got the guts to do that. I don't know if Steve Ballmer has the stomach for that. But if you're going to put yourself in that position, you've got to find another way. You got to do something. Because as I'm watching this, it says the Lakers, and now people are calling it a big three. This is comical. The Lakers now have a big three. The Lakers have no tradable first-round picks for 7 years, and you did that for Walker Kessler. That type of move just feels, I don't know, it just leaves me wanting more. It just leaves me wanting a lot more. The Lakers have committed now $475 million to Luka, Austin Reeves, and Walker Kessler. Buddy, that's not a championship. That's not a championship team. So in LA, the Lakers are building the team, but not a championship team. And the Clippers appear to be bottoming out. Uh-oh. Boom. England scores again. England takes 2-1 lead against Congo in the 85th minute. What a goal. What a goal by England. Atlanta lit right now. Oh, man. So, yeah. There's something that has to be done. But we'll see. The Clippers, I think the Clippers are in a rebuild situation. And I don't think that I think they know that they're in a rebuild situation, but Lawrence Frank cannot be the person to do the rebuilding. I think the greatest hindrance, the biggest hamstring to the Los Angeles Clippers is the person doing the decision making. I like their coaching staff. I like a lot about the Clippers, except for the person. I like that they have all these picks down. They're shell gaming you too. Lawrence Frank is about the shell game, just like Danny Ainge is shell gaming, dog. And I hope y'all ready for it. It says England celebrating No King's Day. England knocked that thing in, bruh. That was a great goal. Oh, the face of this lady that they're showing on the broadcast with the Congo. Great goal. So, again, here all day, make your way down here. What's this? What's going on? Make your way down here today, man. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight at 5 o'clock for the USA game. There's going to be some chants. There's going to be some drinks. Hopefully, there's going to be some goals. I don't want it to be close like this, but hopefully Team USA can come through tonight. But, man, as I'm sitting here, too, on ESPN, they're doing a list of teams, the best destinations for LeBron, top 5 destinations for LeBron. Nuggets, Cavs, Timberwolves, Warriors, Heat. The idea that they think LeBron James would join the Minnesota Timberwolves is laughable. It's laughable. With LaMelo Ball, LeBron's out. Period. LeBron's out because it's LaMelo Ball. 2, the Heat A, have no money. B, have no players. And C, who's LeBron going to pass to? If LeBron, for whatever reason, finds himself back on the Miami Heat, who's he passing the ball to? Again, I'm telling you, if I'm guarding the Miami Heat, if the Miami Heat is my opponent, I'm treating this like high school girls basketball. You're going to have to make a whole lot of threes to beat me. I'm packing the paint. Giannis not a three-point shooter. At this point in his career, Bam's not a three-point shooter. Bron, if he goes there, is not a three-point shooter. He can shoot threes, not a three-point shooter. I think that there's 2 places that LeBron James can go and have massive impact on that siding, and 2, have massive reverberations across the league. I think if LeBron James decides to go to Denver, that's huge. And if he goes to Golden State, y'all already know how I feel about that. I think as much as he's telling people, or Clutch is telling every team to call, they're weighing all options for every team. That's a lie in itself. LeBron's not going to Orlando. LeBron's not going to Milwaukee. LeBron's not going to Chicago. LeBron's not going to Detroit. LeBron's not going to Dallas. You see what's happening here? This thing has 2 teams on it. 3 max. I think one of them being Cleveland, the other being Denver, the other being Golden State. Those are the 3 teams, in my opinion. Those are the only 3 teams I see LeBron James making any direction to, any type of space towards whatsoever. Those are the only 3 teams I see LeBron doing any movement towards. And if you think LeBron's going to do anything other than those 3 teams, then you must work for Clutch. You got to work for Clutch. If you think LeBron James is going to do anything other than those 3 teams, you are out of your goddamn mind. You have to be. You've got to be out of your mind if you think that's the situation for LeBron, because I know that's not the situation for LeBron. I can promise you that's not the situation. Because if you're LeBron James, you're trying to win a championship, but you're going to also tell people you're accepting calls from every team. You're accepting calls from every team for what exactly? To do what? This is John Brown Podcast. I'm live here at the East Village Tavern in Bow here in San Diego, California, down in the gas lamp. Tonight, I'm here live again at 5 p.m. for USA versus Bosnia and friends. We got a lot of drink specials, as you can see on the screen. A lot of food specials. Very good time to be had down here tonight. Right now, the game's on the screen. It's England and Congo, 91st minute. 6 minutes of stoppage time. England's up 2 goals to 1. But back to LeBron James' situation. The location, wherever LeBron lands, again, I think there are 3 options. I think Cleveland is still an option because they still have to figure out what they want to do with James Harden. I don't think LeBron James wants to play with James Harden. So they're going to have to, they're going to have to work that out. They have to move through that, however that looks. They got to move through that. That's first. Second, I don't know how much cap space the Denver Nuggets have, but to have LeBron James come through for 2 seasons, him and Jokic pairing, I think you can pair Jokic. I think you can pair LeBron with anybody. But does that mean you still keep Jamal Murray? Do you keep Cam Johnson? Do you keep Aaron Gordon? Like, what does that roster look like if LeBron lands in Denver? We all know what the roster looks like if he lands in Golden State. I've been over this a bunch of times. There's also this large conversation about what will happen with Anthony Davis. The idea that whether or not you want to have Anthony Davis on your team in Golden State, if you don't want that, let me interest you in this. Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, LeBron James, Draymond Green, Kristaps Porzingis. That's if AD doesn't come over. Because I'm saying I need the Lakers front office to get creative. I think the Golden State Warriors front office, with the way that they signed this Kristaps Porzingis contract, they're going to be creative. They're going to put the most championship-ready team around Steph Curry and LeBron James to compete for the next 2 years, specifically for this next year. I think you're going to see the Golden State Warriors be very innovative with their roster if they can convince LeBron to come over. The question is, can they convince LeBron to come over? Because if they can, I think Joe Lacob doesn't. The price is irrelevant for Joe Lacob. And I don't know right now if I can say that about the Lakers. I don't know if I can say that about the Nuggets, who the Walmart family owns the team, but financially they're not really pouring into the team. So I think the Golden State Warriors are the best option, because the Golden State Warriors, the second apron doesn't matter to Joe Lacob if a championship parade is at the end of the day. Because Joe Lacob is turning himself into easily being one of the more nosier owners, if you watch Draft Night, but being one of the best owners in basketball. That's my take. That's my take on Joe Lacob. I think Joe Lacob is positioning himself to really put a team together for this to work. I think also Joe Lacob is putting together something that he can say once Steph Curry retires, hey, free agents, this is the place to be. Because I took care of Steph Curry, I took care of Draymond Green, I took care of LeBron James when he showed up, I took care of KD when he showed up. Draymond's the one who ran him out. Everybody else taking care of first-class organization, what they got going on in Golden State. First-class organization. That's why I think this is the only real landing spot for LeBron James. And if you look at LeBron James' career, everywhere he's gone, with the exception of being drafted by Cleveland from 2003 to 2010, he's won an NBA championship. Got 2 championships in Miami, went back to Cleveland and got a championship, went to LA and got a championship, regardless of what you think of the bubble championship. But he got 4 championships. Every stop secures a championship. I don't expect this to be any different. I think the next stop is championship worthy. I think the next stop, he's not, and this is why I don't think San Antonio's in the mix. I don't think he's ring chasing. I don't think LeBron wants to babysit what's happening in San Antonio. I think LeBron wants to go to a place with high-level, like-minded basketball mind. I think LeBron wants to sit back on road trips, pop some film on, and talk about the game with high-minded, like-thinking guys. I think Steph's one of those guys. I think Draymond's one of those. Like, this is going to be all business. I heard a lot of this now that LeBron's gone. I heard a lot of this talk about how now LeBron's gone, the shackles are off the Lakers. The shackles are off reporters. The shackles are off certain people around Los Angeles. And I find that to be comical. You think because LeBron's no longer on the team, somehow this changes something for Clutch? Clutch is still a heavyweight in the league. You're not changing nothing because LeBron's gone. So now what, y'all finna write some nasty stories about him? Come on, man. LeBron's just changing teams, dog. You think he ain't gonna remember the people who wrote this? I think we are setting up to have one of the most entertaining seasons in NBA history. Because I don't like the Giannis move, but to have Giannis in Miami, that's compelling television.
to have John Morant go from Memphis, which, by the way, this is how down people are on John Morant. No one's talked about that trade at all. From John Morant to be going from Memphis to Portland, Portland's now going to be better. So now if you're the Lakers, you also have to take into account Portland's going to be better because Ja's dynamic. They got Dame. They got Drew Holiday still. England, it's a final now. England is now final. England beat the Congo 2-1. Congo took an early 1-0 lead, but they just couldn't hang on. England proved to be too much. They improved to the round of 16. So if we're going to have a conversation about where LeBron lands, I think it really boils down to whether he wants to go back to Cleveland and play with Donovan Mitchell, the invisible man, Evan Mobley, and Jonathan Allen. Does that entice anybody? Can you go home for a third time? Can you go back to Cleveland for a third time? That's a been there, done that. That's literally a been there, done that. I think LeBron back in Cleveland to end his career, I really feel like that's really one of those situations where you just look at that and you go, 1-day contract, bang. 1-day contract, I sign, I retire as a Cleveland Cavalier. That's how we put a stamp on that. But LeBron to get a 5th title at what would become one of the greatest watchable spectacles in NBA history. I need it. I need it, y'all. I need it. England indeed, Graham. England indeed. Wait, are you an England fan too, Graham? Huh? You was going at the soup. You was going at the soup yesterday for representing Mexico. And you throwing up the England flag now? You flying the English flag, dog? I need to see that USA flag, Graham. You were born in England. That's news to me, brother. That's news to me. So look, as we sit here and we're trying to figure out what's next for the Lakers, I can't again between the Lakers and the Clippers. I understand what the Lakers are doing. I don't like it. I don't understand what the Clippers are doing, and I don't like it. From a management standpoint, the Clippers have dropped the ball on this since the day they decided internally. There's a saying in business that the organization, the company knows they want to get rid of you before 6 months before you find out they want to get rid of you. In a situation like this, so you mean to tell me that if the Clippers are smartly ran, so either what the Clippers did, either the Clippers are smart or they're dumb beyond belief. So the Clippers are either smart or dumb beyond belief, because you want me to believe that you knew you weren't gonna re-sign Kawhi Leonard, but you were gonna take his input on who to sign and who to draft. Graham says England versus Mexico on Sunday. Oh, Soup versus Graham on Sunday. And then you roll over to Los Angeles. Again, the Lakers have so much money now committed. The Lakers have so much money now committed to 3 people. One legendary, without fail. Luka is a legendary player. Luka will be a Hall of Fame player. Luka's number will get retired by the Lakers. I fully 100% believe that. That money committed is where it belongs. Austin Reeves, though, Walker Kessler, and again, Walker Kessler is a good NBA center. Walker Kessler is a good NBA center, but Walker Kessler doesn't move the needle. So it's tough, man. With everything going on today, it's interesting to kind of see how things have shaken out. It's interesting to see what's going to happen next because LeBron not returning to the Lakers so far has been the bombshell so far. Because when they knew they were prioritizing Austin Reeves, the Lakers knew he was gone. I think Bron knew he was gone once they were prioritizing Austin Reeves. But to take this turn for Jared Vanderbilt to now be your starting power forward, DeAndre Ayton to be your backup. Because let's talk about the reserve. Because Jake LaVia at the 3 for the Lakers, I think that's going to rotate it to something else. We don't know what's happening with Rui, but we got some inside information from Arash Markazi that we think he's going to re-sign for business purposes. In addition to that, so let's say you bring Rui back, just let's say it's on the up and up. On the Lakers bench, you have DeAndre Ayton as a backup. You have Colin Sexton. You have this guy who they signed from Toronto, whose name is too long for anyone to ever try to pronounce properly. You have Carr, the draft pick. You have Bronny James. And I'm forgetting somebody. But that's Luka's going to have to be spectacular. Luka's going to have to be spectacular for this to actually work out in favor of the Los Angeles Lakers, which makes me excited because Luka's a great player. But in addition to what's happening with Luka, as we continue to move forward with LeBron James and what happens in Golden State or what happens with Denver or what happens with Cleveland, that's going to be a storyline that everybody's going to continue to follow as well. UK Graham indeed. So today's free agency started. It started well. It started well. But where we are now, I think that things are really going to settle because there's not really much left to do. Okay, so this is the other guy I forgot. Okay, so the Lakers signed Quentin Grimes, 4 years, $60 million. So that's $15 million a year for Quentin Grimes. That's good NBA money. That's a good contract for him. So now you got Quentin Grimes, Walker Kessler, this guy from Toronto whose name I can't pronounce. It's like a Vitch or a Slitch or one of those guys. Let me make sure I get this right. So the Lakers got Colin Sexton, Quentin Grimes, and what's it? Sandro Machiavelli. Yeah, I got nothing on that, man. I can't help nobody with that one. Sorry, dog. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know where we're gonna go with this if you're a Laker fan. Does this fire you up? Because as a Clippers fan, that boat's taking water. And it seems as if in your rear view, here comes Golden State. In your rear view, here comes Denver. In your rear view, here comes Portland. Here comes Portland. Because now Portland's athletic and Portland's stacked at the guard position. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. All right, we're about to hit an hour here. Shout out to everybody who came through on the show today. Great crowd. Appreciate y'all. Let's look at coming down here. If you're in San Diego, if you're in the San Diego area, we still got a game here at 1 o'clock. We got another game here at 5 o'clock. Lunch specials, drink specials. Come on and get you some of that. 5 o'clock, I will be back live from East Village Tavern in Bow, celebrating USA versus Bosnia. I'm expecting a big crowd for that. Did you miss the Dodgers segment? That's hilarious, Aztec. No, we talked about the Padres are ass. We gave the Padres their just due of getting my hopes up after sweeping the Braves, winning 1 out of 3 against LA, and then just going and just wetting the bed, pitching against. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Yeah, Tito. Tito, Friday, Dodgers, Padres, that is good. Michael King versus Ohtani, but we just saw that. How'd that go? But the NBA the NBA free agency is underway. As of right now, the last move was Toronto signing Asia Martin. That's a retain. The Anthony Melton going back to Golden State for 2 years, $11 million, which, that's 5.5. But that's really it, man. Nothing else outside of that. The Walker Kessler 130 for 4. I guess the two big deals that really get your attention, ironically, is Mitchell Robinson to the Celtics, because when you go with the inner workings, and let's talk about Jaylen Brown for a second. How does Jaylen Brown factor into all this? Because I really think that there is still another move out there for Jaylen Brown. If I'm Boston, I know that there are two teams that have what I want. The Clippers have picks. The Trailblazers have players. So, yeah, the Padres game getting ready to start. I'm not expecting that to do anything as far. This pod will be long over before that happens. So we'll wait to see what happens with Jaylen Brown. We'll wait to see what happens with LeBron. We'll wait to see what happens with whatever's going to happen with the Clippers. Because I think the Clippers need to have another move up their sleeve. They really do need to have another move up their sleeve. We'll find out. Man. I'm John Browner. You've been listening to the John Browner Podcast. As I say again, I'm here live at the East Village Tavern in Bow. I'll be here again tonight at 5 o'clock when we're streaming. I'm streaming with the handheld next time, though, so the sound will be better. The video will be all around. So till later, man. Till later, I'll holler at y'all. So if you're new to the show, subscribe. We do this Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11. We're far past 11 right now, but we started a couple minutes late. We started at 11:10, at 10:10, so I went to 11:10, 11:12, somewhere around there. 1 hour gave y'all every day. Okay, because shout out to Nail. One thing I don't like about the signing is Sando White. Look, man, okay. Y'all can read that on the screen, but I'm going to read it for the podcast. One thing I don't like about the signing is the Sando White dude laughing my ass off. They should have signed Kuminga instead. I think that there's something wrong with Jonathan Kuminga. Not as a heel. I think health-wise he's okay. I think Jonathan Kuminga doesn't have the mental capacity to run an NBA offense. Because Jonathan Kuminga, as much as the Warriors thought he was going to be something, and as many flashes as he's shown, where Jonathan Kuminga goes, I don't even think it'll be impactful. Because Jonathan Kuminga is going to want to get paid. Okay. How much you giving Jonathan Kuminga? I'm not giving Jonathan Kuminga a 4 or 5 year deal. You get 1, 2 out of him. You can get 1 or 2 out of him. But Atlanta said, nah, we good. So I think you're in a situation where up here, I mean, if you're the Clippers, would you try to bring in Jonathan Kuminga? If you're the Lakers, do you try to maneuver something to try to bring in Jonathan Kuminga? No, because you'd already done that. You'd already tried to do that. I thought Jonathan Kuminga would have been a very good pickup for the Lakers instead of Colin Sexton, instead of this guy from Sando from Toronto. What Jonathan Kuminga would have given you is an athletic 3-and-D. But I think Jonathan Kuminga thinks he deserves the same position as Luka. He just thinks he hasn't had the opportunities. And if I'm the Lakers, I don't want another one of those. I don't want that guy in my locker room at this point in time. So I think it'll be interesting to see where Jonathan Kuminga lands. I think Jonathan Kuminga in Denver would make sense. If I'm Jonathan Kuminga, what do I want, though? Do I want shots or do I want championship opportunities? And I think Jonathan Kuminga wants shots. I think Jonathan Kuminga wants minutes. So if you see Jonathan Kuminga turn up in a place like, I wouldn't say Houston because they ain't no minute, in Phoenix, don't be shocked. If you see Jonathan Kuminga turn up in a place like Philly, don't be shocked because of the Joel Embiid injury. They need somebody else. Paul George ain't got it no more. And so you throw Kuminga in there, that's a good mix. I wouldn't be shocked if you saw Kuminga in somewhere like Boston. But their cap situation is funny too, and you're still waiting for the Jaylen Brown thing to play out. I think Kuminga would be great Jaylen Brown insurance. They gave Sando, Nell says, they gave Sando 4 years, $51 million. I would have given Kuminga 2 years, $50 million to replace Ruin. Here's the problem with that. That 4 years, $50 million, that's what is that? That's somewhere in the 12 and a half range. What you're offering Kuminga, that's $25 million a year. The Lakers don't have that. The Lakers don't have that, so he would have had to take less. I tell you what, I would have held out for him. I think you could have got Sando at any point. I would have held out for him. I don't know what their evaluation is on this Sando kid. I watched him play. I didn't think much of him. He's an NBA player, but there are a lot of NBA players that can do what he can do. So I would have kicked the tires on Jonathan Kuminga. I think on a roster like this, maybe Jonathan Kuminga would have taken a reasonable amount for a 2-year deal. But I can't say I'm impressed with the guys they got. I can't say I'm impressed, man. But we'll see. We'll see again. I'm at East Village Tavern and Bowl all day. Come by, say what's up, have a drink, but absolutely make sure y'all make y'all way down here for tonight's game. USA, Bosnia, and France. Till then, I'll see y'all tomorrow from the house. Peace out.